Hello and welcome to Quiz Time. I'm Jess and today I have 100 general knowledge questions for you. So get your thinking cap on and let's go. Which below is not one of Albert Einstein's theories of relativity? Special relativity, quantum relativity, or general relativity? Quantum relativity. Where did penicillin first become available in 1946? United States, United Kingdom, or Russia? United Kingdom. What fungi is penicillin made from that makes it naturally produced? Penicillium. Which American physicist conducted the famous oil drop experiment? Niels Bohr, J.J. Thomson, or Robert Millikan? Robert Millikan. What concept suggests that particles can exhibit both wave and particle properties? Wave-particle duality. What was James Chadwick's fundamental discovery in 1932? Neutron, electron, or proton? Neutron. What agreement led to the formation of the New York Stock Exchange? Wall Street Agreement, Buttonwood Agreement, or Financial Compact? Buttonwood Agreement. When was the Buttonwood Agreement signed? May 17, 1792, 1820, or 1907? It was May 17, 1792. Which below is not one of the treaties that emerged from the Washington Naval Conference? 4-Power Treaty, 5-Power Treaty, or 6-Power Treaty? 6-Power Treaty. What is the name of the Italian-American criminal organization based in Illinois? Chicago Outfit, Chicago Atelier, or Chicago Suits? Chicago Outfit. What was the term used to call the Allied powers during World War I? Central Powers, Axis Powers, or Entente Powers? Entente Powers. What coalition opposed the Allied powers in World War II? Central Powers, Axis Powers, or Entente Powers? Axis Powers. Which country does not belong to the Axis Powers? Germany, China, or Japan? It's China. When did the First World War happen? 1914 to 1918, 1915 to 1919, or 1916 to 1920? 1914 to 1918. Which stock market index bears the names of Charles Dow and Edward Jones? Of course, it's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. What was Charles Henry Dow's professional career? An economist, a journalist, or a meteorologist? He was a journalist. What popular on-screen character did Charlie Chaplin popularise in 1915? The gentleman, the jester, or the tramp? The tramp. When was the golden age of Hollywood? 1925 to 1967, 1927 to 1969, or 1929 to 1970? 1927 to 1969. What was the first commercial microwave oven called? Radarange, Cookmaster, or Heatwave? Radar range. Who invented the first microwave? Percy Spencer, Robert Hall, or Nikola Tesla? It's Percy Spencer. Who developed the new version of a magnetron that became a key component of microwave ovens? Percy Spencer, Robert Hall, or Nikola Tesla? Robert Hall. What illness led to Gertrude Ederle experience hearing impairment from childhood? Mumps, scarlet fever, or measles? Measles. Who won an unbroken streak in the men's singles at the US Tennis Open Championships from 1881 to 1887? William Larned, Richard Sears, or John McEnroe? Richard Sears. In finance, what do you call a market with a sustained decline in stock, bond, or commodity prices? Bull market, bear market, or stable market? It's a bear market. What do you call a market where stock prices are expected to rise or are currently on the upswing? Bull market, bear market, or stable market? And that's a bull market. In which building did Sarah Page serve as an elevator operator and accuse Dick Rowland an event that precipitated the Tula Race massacre? Drexel Building. What is the term for a prolonged period of economic decline, widespread unemployment, and decreased industrial production? Depression. What is similar to economic depression but is relatively shorter and less severe? A recession. Which industry was particularly hit hard during the Great Depression? Technology, agriculture, or retail? Agriculture. What fitted hat for women invented in 1908 has a bell shape? Cloche hat, bowler hat, or fedora hat? Cloche hat. What sport was first to have its match broadcast live on radio? Baseball, boxing, or football? It was boxing. Who won the boxing match between Jack Dempsey and Georges Carpentier? Jack Dempsey, Georges Carpentier, or the match ended in a draw? Jack Dempsey. What was the original inscription of the Hollywood sign? Hollywood Land, Golden Hills, or Cinema Summit? It was Hollywood Land. What was the original name of the TCL Chinese Theatre when it opened in 1927? Grumman's Chinese Theatre, Hollywood Premier Theatre, or Mann's Hollywood Theatre? Grumman's Chinese Theatre. Which film celebrated the grand opening of Grumman's Chinese Theatre with its premiere? Gone with the Wind, Citizen Kane, or The King of Kings? The King of Kings. What was the first short film made entirely in Hollywood? The Great Train Robbery, Birth of a Nation, or In Old California? In Old California. Roughly, how long is Route 66? 1,987 miles, 2,448 miles, or 3,103 miles? Have you driven it? I'd love to. It's 2,448 miles. Which state has the longest continuous stretch of Route 66 within its borders? Arizona, Texas, or California? That's Arizona. Which iconic structure on Route 66 in Amarillo, Texas, features a display of graffiti-covered cars planted nose down in the ground? Cadillac Ranch. Who designed and painted the first electric automobile starter in 1903? Clyde Coleman, Charles Kettering, or Nikola Tesla? Clyde Coleman. What was the first car to have an electric starter motor replacing the old hand crank starter? Ford Model T, Cadillac Model 30, or Buick Skylark? Cadillac Model 30. What was the pole sitter Alvin Kelly's nickname? Shipwreck, Stormy, or Seafarer? Shipwreck. How many days did Alvin Kelly spend atop a flagpole in Atlantic City? 39, 49, or 51? 49 days. Bill Penfield surpassed Shipwreck's record with 51 days on the pole, but descended due to what? Frostbite, a thunderstorm, or extreme hunger? It was a thunderstorm. I wouldn't want to be up a pole in a thunderstorm. What is Art Deco short for? Arts decoratives, artsy decoration, or artistic decoupage? Arts decoratives. Sri Lanka had a different name before 1972. What was it? Malaya, Serendib, or Ceylon? I know this because I have stamps from that time. Can you remember what it was called? It's Ceylon. Who was the Marilyn Monroe's second husband, whom she married in 1954? Arthur Miller, Frank Sinatra, or Joe DiMaggio? It's Joe DiMaggio. Sportscaster Arch MacDonald bestowed what nickname upon Joe DiMaggio? The Sultan of Swat, the Iron Horse, or the Yankee Clipper? The Yankee Clipper. Which vitamin do elders tend to have a higher risk of deficiency than younger people? Vitamin A, vitamin C, or vitamin D? Vitamin D, although they, I'm sure, have a deficiency in most vitamins more. Which Boney M single became a Christmas hit in 1978? Feliz Navidad, Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord, or Oh Christmas Tree? It's Mary's Boy Child, Oh My Lord. Who sang the 1956 hit Mary's Boy Child? Harry Belafonte, Chuck Berry, or Boney M? We're halfway there, so we're giving away the points today. Harry Belafonte. From which one is aluminium most commonly extracted? Bauxite, magnetite, or galena? Bauxite. Which English folklore character steals from the rich and gives to the poor? King Arthur, Robin Hood, or Merlin the Magician? Robin Hood. What is the name of Robin Hood's love interest? Lady Isabella, Princess Rosalind, or Maid Marian? It's Maid Marian. Who said this line? We want to rule Italy. Benito Mussolini, Giuseppe Garibaldi, or Victor Emmanuel III? Benito Mussolini. What nickname was Babe Ruth given due to his remarkable prowess in hitting home runs? Great Bambino, Sultan of Swat, or Home Run King? Sultan of Swat. What animal is mentioned the most in the Bible? A sheep, a lamb, or a ram? Sheep. While officially labelled as US for United States, how did the soldiers call the barrels of beef supplied to the army by Samuel Wilson? Uncle Sam. When was swimming added to competition in the Olympic Games? 1886, 1896, or 1906? (1896). Where was the first swimming championship held in 1846? Australia, Colombia, or Sweden? Australia. What is the smallest country in the world? Monaco, San Marino, or Vatican City? It's that old favourite, always comes up in quizzes, so I'm sure you know it if you're a regular quiz timer. Yes, the Vatican City. What hormone does the pancreas make that increases blood sugar? Insulin, glucagon, or estrogen? Glucagon. Sorry, easy for you to say, not. What hormone does the pancreas make that decreases blood sugar? Insulin, glucagon, see, second chance, or estrogen? This time it's insulin. What medical condition occurs when the body is unable to produce enough insulin? Hypertension, osteoporosis, or diabetes? Diabetes. What tax was levied in the United Kingdom from 1940 to 1973? Income tax, value-added tax, or purchase tax? It's purchase tax. We still have the other two taxes. What was introduced in 1973 to replace purchase tax? Income tax, value-added tax, or purchase tax? Clues in the question. Value-added tax, VAT. What year was the second oldest university in the United Kingdom founded? 1096, 1209, or 1249? (1209). What is the third oldest university in the United Kingdom? University of Oxford, University of Cambridge, or the University of St Andrews? The University of St Andrews is the third oldest university. Who claimed to be the first author to use a typewriter for his published works? Mark Twain, Agatha Christie, or Friedrich Nietzsche? Mark Twain. Which of Mark Twain's works hold the distinction of being the first novel composed using a typewriter? The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, The Prince and the Pauper, or Life on the Mississippi? The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, a childhood favourite of mine. The iconic plume inside a Hershey's Kisses was not part of its initial design when it was introduced in 1917. Is that true or false? It's false. Hershey's Kisses was introduced in 1907. What year was the distinctive plume feature added in the Hershey's Kisses? 1921, 1930, or 1942? (1921). Who was the prime suspect for John F. Kennedy's assassination? The Mafia, Jack Ruby, or Lee Harvey Oswald? Lee Harvey Oswald. Before standing trial for murder, Oswald was fatally shot by whom? The Mafia, Jack Ruby, or Lee Harvey Oswald? Did he shoot himself? No, it was Jack Ruby. In 1967, upon his death, where was Jack Ruby interred? Arlington National Cemetery, Forest Lawn Memorial Park, or West Lawn Cemetery? West Lawn Cemetery. What was Muhammad Ali's birth name? Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., Cassius Marcel Clay Jr., or Cassius Marcel J. Jr.? Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. Who is the father of the Harlem Renaissance? Langston Hughes, W.E.B. Du Bois, or Alain Locke? Alain Locke. Which author wrote Their eyes were watching God. Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, or Ralph Ellison? Zora Neale Hurston. What was the slang term for a drive-in movie theatre in the 1950s? Flick Flock, Passion Pit, or Cine Drive? Passion Pit. Did you ever go to a Passion Pit? Who accompanied Edmund Hillary when he climbed Mount Everest? Tenzing Norgay, Tashi Norgay, or Sherpa Norgay? It's Tenzing Norgay. What is the second highest mountain in the world? Kanchenjunga, K2, or Lhotse? K2. At what altitude does the death zone on Mount Everest begin? 7,000 metres, 8,000 metres, or 9,000 metres? (8,000 metres). How old was the mountain guide in training who lost their life during the Carrington Plateau disaster in 1971? 18, 23, or 30? 18 years old. The consent forms issued to parents in the Cairngorm Plateau disaster did not mention winter mountaineering. Is that true or false? It's true. What nightclub was considered the aristocrat of Harlem? The Savoy Ballroom, the Cotton Club, or Apollo's Room? The Cotton Club. When was Countee Cullen, one of the leading African-American poets of the Harlem Renaissance, born? May 2nd, 1903, May 23rd, 1903, or May 30th, 1903? May 30th, 1903. Which ocean separates Europe from North America? Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, or Indian Ocean? It's Atlantic Ocean. What is the highest mountain in Scotland? Ben Nevis, Snowdon, or Scafell Pike? Ben Nevis. What term did Joseph Heller coin that means an impossible situation? Catch-22. What does the interracial American organization created in 1909 stand for? It's the National Association for the Advancement of Coloured People. Which actress became a princess in 1956? Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, or Marilyn Monroe? Of course, the beautiful Grace Kelly. Where is the naval base and headquarters of the US Pacific Fleet? Pearl Harbor, San Diego, or Guam? It's Pearl Harbor. When did the Japanese bomb the US naval base at Pearl Harbor? September the 1st, 1939, December the 7th, 1941, or June the 6th, 1944? December the 7th, 1941. What year were Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombed? 1943, 1945 or 1947? (1945). How many years was Francisco Franco a dictator in Spain? 19 years, 25 years or 36 years? (36 years). What term is believed to mean small sausage and was only associated with a sweet dessert until the 17th century? Pudding, eclair or cannoli? Pudding. Where can you find Tasmanian devils? Australia, Madagascar or in the Amazon? Australia. Which animal has the lengthiest gestation period ranging from 18 to 22 months? Whale, giraffe or elephant? Elephant. How many days was the world record's lengthiest human pregnancy? 294 days, 375 days or 452 days? 375 days. Who went into labour for 75 days, giving birth to twins? Johanna Krusnek, Karolina Krusnicka or Justina Kruk-Olwiska? Joanna Kruszentonek. So, how was your general knowledge today? Drop your score in the comments below and of course like and subscribe so you get notified every time we post a new quiz. And please join us next time on Quiz Time.